Why don't the two of you come and join us? Astrid asked when they reached the ordering counter. Not expecting to get an invitation with the two women, Claire looked at Hannah. Hannah nodded, as though saying that she didn't think it was an issue. Sure, Claire smiled. Thank you for the invitation. Don't be so stiff. Frida smiled. I get the feeling that the two of you are like us, wanting to get out of this safe environment and challenge the world. If Astrid didn't say anything, I was going to suggest it. She made a grunting sound directed to Astrid, approving of a companion's decision. Astrid turned to look at the robot waiting to take their orders. We'll need 4 bowls, paying separately. Without answering them, the robot processed the order. The scanning device in front of the counter glowed to alert them it was ready to receive payment. It only took several moments for all 4 of them to pay the amount of guild points needed for the food. Claire made sure to pay for Hannah's share. So, how have the two of you been earning your guild points? Astrid asked Claire and Hannah as they waited for their food. Grabbing the dagger sheathed behind her back, Claire was careful about not drawing it quickly in front of Astrid and Frida. She saw the two women tense as they saw the glint of the blade. But they soon calmed down when they realized that Claire was just pulling it out to show them. We're both crafters, though we do take part in jobs inside the simulation. A lot of our time has been dedicated to learning how to forge throwing daggers like this one. Claire lightly held the grip in one hand, while having her other hand palm up under the steel blade. Do you mind? Frida pointed at the dagger. Opening the hand that gripped the dagger, Claire allowed Frida to take it. It's our first attempt to make a dagger, she explained, knowing that there were a lot of errors on the weapon. Compared to mine, Hannah did a much better job. Frida turned the weapon to get a better look from all angles. The balance is off, she said while continuing to study Claire's work. Claire awkwardly smiled, painfully aware of how bad the balance was on the thing. But, considering it's your first time, I don't think it's that bad of a job. I could even see someone purchasing it for a couple of guild points. Frida looked at Claire and gave a warm smile. You should be proud of this. She passed the weapon to Astrid. Astrid took the weapon and immediately noticed the balance issue. You're right about it being off, but it's also true that it's still functional. Just not for a higher level adventurer. She passed the dagger back to Claire. Taking back her work, Claire sheathed the weapon. 4 trays slid out of the receiving area, each one with a bowl on top. Next to the bowl were the utensil and cloth napkin. With Astrid and Frida closest to the receiving area, they grabbed the trays first and moved out of the way for Claire and Hannah to grab theirs. Claire walked up to the bowl and took a second to enjoy the smell before quickly grabbing her food, so other adventurers would be able to have room. Are there seats that the two of you prefer? Astrid asked Claire. Shaking her head, Claire said, why don't we just grab seats close to us for convenience? Hannah nodded her head in agreement. Taking the cue, Astrid moved to the nearest table that wasn't occupied and sat down. Frida sat next to Astrid, while Claire and Hannah sat on the opposite side. Eager to try the dish, Claire grabbed the wooden sticks and deftly held them in one hand. Digging into the food, she began slurping up the noodles. The first thing Claire noticed was the springy feel of the noodles as she chewed them. Swallowing, she checked out the monster meat. The meat for the monsters had a similar appearance as oysters and shrimp. Noticing some kind of tentacle, she picked it up and thought it looked like squid or octopus. Trying the tentacle first, the chewy texture and taste made her think of squid.